What the fuck is this?
Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Hi, sorry. Yeah, I really didn't want to wake you up upon this midnight dreary, but I just had to. I gotta ask you, where's the milk at? I was looking in the fridge, and it's not there. It's not there, and I've just been looking, and I need it to sleep. I can't sleep without my warm milk. It's part of the process.
What the fuck? Come on, give me a nice refresh here, baby. Give me a nice refresh here, baby. Yo, what the fuck?
The Minnesota Timberwolves.
No. Bro, what is his title? Could Julius Randle beat Helen Keller one-on-one on... Yo.
Earlier today, we're down. The Minnesota Timberwolves just earlier today were down 3-2 and back at home against the San Antonio Spurs, looking to extend the series to Game 7. After the dominance the Wolves showed against Denver, with Jaden McDaniels calling everyone bad defenders, to Wemby elbowing Nasri against San Antonio, everything was on the line and they needed a stop play.
Yo, look. Bro, look at Dylan Harper's face, bro. What the fuck? Look at this slow-mo.
Defenders to Wemby elbow.
Oh, he's already
Going Nasri against San Antonio, everything was on the line, and they needed a star player to save them. Dante tore his Achilles in the first round. Anthony Edwards smiling at one knee, and Rudy Gobert still sucks on offense.
True.
So who else to turn to for firepower than your second option, the bully, Mr. 30, the guy we traded Karl Anthony Towns for, Julius Randle. Let's get straight into it. Could he beat Helen Keller? Could he beat Julius Randle?
No fucking shot. This is not his. No. 3 points, 1 for 8, 7 rebounds. Not bad. 1 assist, 0 steals, 0 blocks. What does this mean? I don't know. Minus 34 plus minus.
Let's get straight into it. Could he beat Helen Keller? Julius Randle is a 6'9", 250.
Oh no! This is actually a real video.
Power forward. He is also the worst second option in the entire league. If sports fans say...
Wait, let's think about that. Is he the worst second option? Is he... Okay, let's go down to every team. Second option. Okay, let's go Eastern Conference. Who's the second option on the Brooklyn Nets? I mean, I guess it's Michael Porter Jr. now, or Julius Randle. Okay, Washington Wizards. I actually have some. I'm not gonna even go there. Tyler Hero's up there. Nah, is that disrespectful? Hero of Tyler. Is he the worst? No. Who's the second? Might be Clay. Is Clay the second scoring option for the Mavs? Might be Clay. Sad to say. Oh, is it Draymond Green? No, because he's not the second scoring option, is he? Who else? What other team? I'm thinking out west. Julius Randle is definitely better than who's the second scoring on? I don't know.
If ball movement is key to winning basketball, Julius Randle would hear that and take 10 dribbles before turning the ball over instead of passing it over to the wide-open Terrence Shannon Jr. in the corner. During the regular season, he miraculously averaged 21 points, 6.7 rebounds, and 5 assists on nearly 50% shooting. But the moment the playoffs started, Randle averaged 17, 7, and 3 on 40% shooting and 20% behind the three-point line.
Okay, let's be honest. Let's be real, right? And this is going to be a big change. I know this is like troll, but this is going to be a big change with like the new CBA rules. But like people like Julius Randle, like this stat line isn't bad, but you should not be paying. How much does Julius Randle get paid? Let's see. Okay, so he's getting paid 33 mil, which honestly, hold on. There's worse contracts. Honestly, let's think about this. Yeah, come on. Come on, dude. This guy played... Come on. So, like, this guy, he's getting paid half, and he's, like, doing worse. So, like, there's a lot of bad contracts in the league, and, you just saw, okay, I'm a Miami Heat fan, so you just saw Andrew Wiggins, he got paid this season, but next season he's taking a pay cut for $15 million. He's going to be getting paid the same as Nikola Jovic, and let's look at Nikola Jovic's stats. Okay. Wow. It's worse than I thought. So, like, okay, he's very young. How old is he? Born 2003? So he's 22? Look at this. Okay, he got less minutes, but he shot 36% from the field, 26% from the three-point line. You could say his best season was his second season or third season, if that. But, I mean, I watched this season. He sold in the plan. Anyways, my point is yes, this is, like, you're paying a guy $30 million. This is not what you want. But, like, honestly, like, if these players, like, a lot of players just want to get the bag, and that's understandable. But if you have Julius Randle on a $20 million contract, this is not a bad stat line, honestly. In the playoffs, I know he had a bad last game, but like you as a front office, you could sign so many other players. Like, you could have probably got LaMelo Ball and like kept him. Like, if you pay Julius Randle less, but obviously Julius Randle, and this is like when the whole CBA thing is happening, so like you don't know how the whole contract thing is going to work out. But when he got paid the contract, he was coming off a really good season. I'm pretty sure.
All the while, he plays the worst defense of any power forward in the entire NBA. Teams say they're never afraid of Julius Randle blocking their shot in the paint because the moment they're up and ready to dunk, Randle has already moved out of the way to give them an open lane.
Okay.
And what's even more baffling is that his offense is somehow worse. It actually pisses me off because every time I want to watch Ant and Jaden play basketball, I'm instead watching government-mandated Julius Randle post touches and 500 dribbles before jumping straight into the enemy center to get his shot swatted into general admission. On the other hand...
Let me just say this, though. Let me say this. The reason why Karl Anthony Towns got traded, and obviously, like, in retrospect, it wasn't a good trade, but when the trade happened, the trade was because Cat, like, they had a great team, but the problem was Cat. Like, because, yeah, like, Cat was doing the quite opposite of what Julius Randle was doing. Like, he wasn't being aggressive. He was just, like, he was pulling up from threes, and yeah, obviously you're going to have great games. You're Karl Anthony Towns. Same with Julius Randle. Like, it's going to be the same thing, but, like, what would you rather have? And this is the problem, and I'm saying this is the problem a lot, but I get where he's coming from in the fact that you want a guy on the Timberwolves who's going to attack the basket because Ant has had a three-point revolution. You have a lot of players who okay, Dante DiVincenzo. You have a lot of shooters on the team. Besides, like, maybe Jaden McDaniels, who's just, like, someone who's, like, kind of going to get their bucket, but, like, you're not relying on them offensively. I mean, some games you are, but the point is Cat is a pretty good playmaker. Obviously, a great playmaker for a center, but he was just shooting a lot of threes and not being aggressive, so the spacing was not there. Like, yeah, okay, nowadays you want spacing, and you want people to shoot, but you also, at your size, at Cat size, like, imagine if Julius Randle was Cat size, and he's just barreling down the lane. You know what I mean? And has, like, obviously a less three-point shot, but that's a completely different player. But you want Cat to do that, and obviously he did that against with the Knicks, and he was playmaking really well, and shooting well. I mean, he had a phenomenal finals run. But my point is, in retrospect, I mean, I like Julius Randle, and I mean, I don't dislike Julius Randle. I'd say that, like, he's an okay player. So I don't know. There's definitely, like, more to it, and that's Julius Randle's problem. I think his biggest problem is his defense. I mean, he's basically saying it and just not being able to kick out the ball. But I mean, I don't know.
Helen Keller was a disabled political activist who also motioned for accessibility for the disabled.
Sorry,
well
bro. There's no way we're getting a breakdown for Helen Keller, bro. Helen Keller versus Julius Randle, there's actually no way.
Playing a part in women's rights at 19 months old.
This is her stats, bro. This is her fucking attributes. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back.
Or jumping straight into the enemy center to get his shot swatted into general admission. On the other hand, Helen Keller was a disabled political activist who also motioned for accessibility for the disabled as well as playing a part in women's rights. At 19 months old, she lost her sense of sight and hearing through illness which is believed to be through scarlet fever.
Yo, do y'all think Helen Keller really lost her sight and shit? That's a big debate. Some people think she was faking it.
Or bacterial meningitis. However, she was also the first blind deaf person to graduate with a degree. So you might be wondering why I'm comparing a disabled woman who was only alive for George Mikan and Elgin Baylor to a professional NBA.
Wait, was she really? When did Helen Keller die? Wait, what? $1968. Wow, I didn't even think about that. I thought she was like a pilgrim.
Player like Julius Randle, to which I respond, 1, professional is a very big overstatement for Julius Randle, and 2, because I want to emphasize how if we put the two of them on a basketball court where first to 21 points wins, the game would end with Helen Keller scoring all 21. Because what she has that Julius Randle doesn't have is a functioning brain that can actually think. You see, the moment Julius Randle steps onto a basketball court, the only thing in his vision are the interactive training videos on YouTube telling him to dribble for half the shot clock. And whenever that isn't happening, he would instead post up against a smaller defender and still somehow manage to throw the ball off the rim. On the other hand, if he's playing defense, he'll instead be standing still thinking about how he's gonna take another contested mid-range fader with 25 seconds on the shot clock on the next possession. Julius Randle is a type of
All I'll say is every time I bet on Julius Randle, it hit on underdog, so...
To see Helen Keller on the right-hand corner looking confused, distraught, lost, and bamboozled, then take 30 hesitation dribbles on the perimeter just to finally drive into an open lane and take a step-back 3 that hits nothing but backboard. Julius Randle is the type of person to go to sleep mid-defensive possession and allow Helen Keller to somehow hit a wide-open layup. Julius Randle is the type of person to see an elimination game in front of him with the whole team's future in his hands, with Anthony Edwards being injured the entire postseason, and somehow manage to score 3 points with 1 singular assist. And when he finally does pass the ball, Julius Randle would somehow forget that he's in a one-on-one basketball game and genuinely kick the ball out to Helen Keller sitting in the corner for an open 3-pointer. 21-0, Helen Keller wins, Julius Randle gets murdered in a dark alleyway. Goodbye.
What? No, alright, that's too far, bro. Come on. How many views does this get? 250k views. Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, man. That's actually funny as hell, bro. Oh, man. Alright.